So, ladies and gentlemen, in the queue outside the green room, for those folks that are watching, is the one and only Andy Henriquez. Give it up for Andy Henriquez. Give it up for Andy Henriquez. He's coming up. He's coming up. Master storyteller. He'll be coming in just a moment. He'll be coming in just a moment. But you get ready. You get ready now. If you're online, hit the share button. If you're online, hit the share button. When you hit the share button, say Andy Henriquez is coming up. But right before Andy Henriquez, I thought to myself, we can't have the master storyteller come up and someone not give 3 minutes of power. So I was walking by and I saw Coney Prince over there. He looked like he was clean as the bill of health over there. Right? Like he looked like he was ready to do something today. And I said, you look like you're ready to do something. He says, I'm always ready. I said, great. Right before Andy comes up in just 2 minutes, I need you to come up and give me 3 minutes of power. 3 minutes or what? 3 minutes or less, 3 minutes or less. And he said, I'm ready. I said, you look like you're ready. So with that being said, let's bring to the stage the man on the Happy Entrepreneur Show that does Monday motivation every single Monday, no matter who's there or not. The one and only Coney Prince. He brings it up every single time. He called and said, Shay, every Monday, I'm your man. He's been there every single time when no one was watching. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
All right. What up, Closed Conference? I can't tell you how excited I am to be here. Listen, I want you to look to your neighbor and I want you to tell them to show up. No. You looked at the wrong person. Tell the other person, show up. Why do we need to show up? We need to show up not just for ourselves, but for our children. Back in 2017, I was doing my annual summit, and I was actually had it at a hotel that was less than a mile from my home. And you know, of course, when you're that close, you always forget something. When you have to go hundreds of miles away, you think of everything. You bring everything with you. But because I was so close, I left something at the house. Not intentionally, but accidentally. And I was like, okay, look, I need to run home and grab this real quick. And while I was doing that, my den, he was 10 years old then. He said, Dad, in fact, can I ride with you? I'm like, yes, son, come on. And so we hopped in the car, and I'm thinking, 100 things are running through my head, and I'm thinking to myself what I need to get. And without being prompted, without being in a conversation, my 10-year-old son says to me, he looks at me and he says, Dad, I'm proud of you. Now, I was going 30 miles an hour. Now, believe it or not, I was going 30 miles an hour to get to my house, but in that moment, I stopped because I realized something. He was watching. You know, you can tell your children day in and day out, you can do anything you want to do. You can be anybody you want to be. But why can't they sit across the table from their heroes? Why do they have to be on TV? Why do they have to be in magazines and in the movies when you realize that your children are watching? Your nieces and your nephews, your grandchildren, in fact, the people in your churches and in your schools, they're watching you. So when you want to show up, not just for yourself, but show up for them. In that moment, I realized it's not just enough for me to tell him he can do anything you want to do, but he need a record. He need to look back and say, my dad, even though, and see, this is the thing. When they see the people in the movies, when they see them on the poster, in fact, when they see them on the billboards, they don't know the struggle. They just see the shiny stuff. They don't know the grind that they had to go through. And see, with him being in the house, with him knowing everything that we've gone through, it gives him a clear picture of what it means, of what success truly looks like. So again, we need to show up, not just for ourselves, but for those in our life. But we do that by showing up for our life. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited to hear our next speaker. Because I tell you, with him and his brand of showing up for your life, it has me excited because not only did that incident with my son help me, but just hearing him and his story, hearing how he crafts everything that he does, it helps me to know that I have to show up because there are people that are looking for me, and I tell people there's somebody looking for you. They're looking for you to show up because if you don't show up, they'll never get what they need. So my encouragement to you is to show up for your life. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to my man, Shay Brown.
Hey now, man, let's give it up for Coney Prince, a rock star out there, a rock star. I recall Coney Prince, we were talking, we were doing the Happy Entrepreneur Show, and I called him and said, man, it's going to start 11 o'clock at night. He says, I'll be there. And he showed up, so thanks a lot to Coney Prince and all of you as well. But